Hello everyone, it's Fox Spectre, and today I'm going to be showing you the next machine in the Orium Datapack, the Quarry. Now, in the last two videos I showed you how to build the mineral compressor and how to use it, and in the following one how to build and use the smeltery, which you can see I have the original ones over here. Now, I apologize, it has been a few weeks since I've uploaded, and I have been busy out of town, etc., and school has not helped that, so I'm just getting that out of the way right now. But moving on to what it is, the quarry. Now, I have this little thing set up here so you can actually see where it goes and all that. But additionally, you don't need a crafting table for this. I mean, maybe to get the pickaxe and the hopper. But the crafting recipe for this, or the workbench recipe for this, is fairly simple. Just take 6 iron wire, which I showed you how to make in 2 videos ago. 6 iron wire on either side, hopper, an iron ingot, and then diamond pickaxe right at the bottom, and you'll get a quarry. Seems simple enough, right? But let's get another one of those. If I take 7 electrium in a dispenser, which you'll see why, and why I'll have that in a minute, you can upgrade a quarry and make it an advanced quarry, which has 2 major advantages, actually 3, but we'll get to that in a minute. First, I'm just going to show you how Quarry works. All you have to do, place it down where you want it. After a second, this texture will appear. You may not have heard that sound effect. I'm not sure if it was loud enough for you. And then it will start digging every 15 seconds. It's very slow, which is fair considering it goes all the way down to bedrock. It actually goes down to y equals 5. And it works in any dimension. As you can see, it broke it. And the top layer is replaced with glass so you don't fall in, but the layers following are not. You see there's water there. It will break the water, but then it will fill in. That is one of the biggest consequences of using a regular quarry, and as you can see, anything that it broke is put inside of it. It breaks exactly as it would if you broke it with an unenchanted pickaxe. It will drop, in most cases it will drop the block. If it breaks stone, it will give you cobblestone. If it breaks coal ore, it won't give you coal ore, it will give you coal. Just as much as it would if you broke it with a pickaxe, an unenchanted pickaxe. And that goes for any block that it breaks. If the block does not have a broken, or if it doesn't break anything, or if it doesn't drop anything when it's broken, rather, I can't speak, then it will actually just not give you anything. You won't get anything at all. And if you notice, if I stand close enough, it may or may not register. But, give it a second. I'm not sure if it will register. Well, you saw it at least. Sometimes I can pick it up, sometimes I can't. The items are actually just spawned up right above it, because as you can tell, this is just a hopper, right? It's not very hidden, especially with the hitbox. I apologize, I was interrupted. There was a bit of a cut there you may or may not have noticed. Anyway, what I was saying was, the quarry, as you might have just noticed, had a bit of a lag spike. I'll get to that in a second. But as I say, it is just a hopper, and therefore it's going to fill up relatively quickly, and with whatever it is that it broke. As you can see, the cobblestone's already completely taken up its slots, andesites there, dirt, etc. If by any reason you need this to stop, you can break it, in which case if you break it in survival, you will actually get it back as a quarry, replaceable quarry object, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. Or you can just power it with a block of redstone. Not necessarily a block of redstone, it can be anything, as long as it's powered. Can you place torches on this? Yes. As long as it's powered, it won't be functioning. That's the only condition. Just power it and it will stop functioning. As you can see, the biggest consequence to this is, of course, it fills with water or whatever, which could be good if you want to get obsidian from any lava that gets broken, but you don't need to. I'm actually just going to leave this powered for now. So, as you might have noticed, there is, did I put it in here? Yes, I did, chest. There we go. You can actually do something where you place a chest next to it, and then place the quarry facing the side. You'll notice the hopper's facing it. And then, whenever it actually breaks, which of course, as you know, is a bit of a while, it will take a second. Yeah, it's a bit of a waiting process, but that's what the advanced quarry is for. Okay, as you can see, it puts it in here. And it will actually, it has just enough time, well not just enough, it has enough time between each mining layer that it can actually get all the items out, even if it mines things like, I don't know, coal or lapis. As you can see, there's a bit of a texture error going on over there, which I do intend to fix in the near future. It has enough time that even if we were breaking all lapis or all redstone or something, which usually will drop more than one, it would still have enough time to dump it all into a chest. Or maybe not all lapis, but you get the picture. It has enough time, regardless of what it would most likely run into. But of course, as you know, that's slow. That's what we have the advanced quarry for. This has several advantages. The first one being, it's 3 times faster. Every 5 seconds instead of every 15. And there's a lag spike. There will pretty much always be a lag spike if one of these are running. It's not usually going to do much harm because, as I say, lag spikes will only be occurring if this thing's running. As soon as it's done, you'll actually see that as soon as it finishes, this texture right here disappears, and the whole system stops. But it'll stop when it reaches y equals 5. That was very deliberate to make sure that no matter what, it would not break bedrock. Except one very specific case, which I'm going to mention now. You can put it on top of the nether, and you can dig out a 5x5 hole in the roof of the nether. So that's a thing. But one of the advantages that you might have noticed of the advanced quarry, it comes with a staircase. It generates a staircase out of cobblestone as it goes down, regardless of what it mines. It could mine, I don't know, obsidian. It could mine just water. You could just dig a hole straight to the bottom of the ocean, and it would still make a cobblestone staircase. Now, what's kind of hard to demonstrate, because this isn't exactly close to any water or anything, along with this staircase, which, by the way, is part of the reason the dispenser is required to upgrade it, if this were to come across a cave or something, say it has a hole right there, it'll fill it with cobblestone as it's going down, so that things like water, for example, wouldn't go in. Now, I'm not. I was going to go into spectator mode, but there's a better way to do this. Just going to get some water, right? Water right there. It will replace that with, what do you call it? Cobblestone. It will replace water, lava, and air with cobblestone if it comes across it. And as you can see, I'm getting XP from that and all that. I want only the regular quarries. And as you can see, it comes across ores. This isn't particularly good, and if you'll see from a run that it's not particularly good at getting ore for you. This is mainly just if you need a lot of passive stone, if you want ore exposures, because this will actually expose way more ore than it picks up. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, because it's only 5 seconds, it's got instant transfer. But, yeah, there's that. And the same thing applies if you power it, it stops. But this is mainly used for exposing ore, exposing the lava, getting massive amounts of stone, things like that. That's the main advantage. Now you might have noticed this a little bit earlier, but this is if you wanted some sort of industrial, massive mining operation, and I'm actually going to stop these other two because it's going to lag enough as it is. And you can see already that this has made way more progress than this one, even though this one started second. Now, you can do this, have some sort of super setup with quarries, where if you give it long enough. Now this is ideal with regular quarries, but you can see you can mine a gigantic hole. This is ideal with regular quarries because then they won't be generating walls in each other's paths all the time. I have my random tick speed up pretty high, by the way. That's why the grass is growing back so quickly. But you can use this, and you can make it as big as you want. Granted, the bigger it is, the more lag. Warning. But you can make it as big as you want to make a gigantic hole all the way down to y equals 5. And additionally, my explanations here going for a while. Additionally, you don't actually need this yellow frame, contrary to belief. As it may look like it needs that frame, I just have that so you know where the boundary is more easily. Anyway, you do not need the yellow frame. It does not matter at all. There is no structure required for quarries. They can just be placed on the ground and left alone to run for a while. But you can see you get a lot of dirt, a lot of stone. This is going to go up substantially. It's going to fill this entire chest, actually. Because a typical quarry run will fill most of a chest. This isn't even halfway down. And it's already halfway full. Well, actually, no, that's about halfway down, actually. Anyway. As I say, better for exposing caves, ore veins, and stuff than anything else. Must have come across coal, because that's a lot of experience. A lot of random experience points. Now this will pose a bit of an issue for me if I don't stop it. And I'll let you see what I mean. Because if the cores are left to run and water's there, it fills that layer. And then when it mines down again, it's going to fill the entire layer, and then you just have water all the way down. Which, if you come across lava, as I say, is good, because that means that you will get obsidian instead of just, breaking lava permanently. Or, if you're like me, a little bit more conservative in that area, you may or may not want to get rid of the water. So that you can actually get down somewhat safely. Because usually you want to be down here picking up XP as it goes. Of course, you would keep your own little column or whatever to the side so that you don't, so you can go back over here and make sure that you don't fall in lava. That's what I would do anyway. Mine down, put a ladder here or something. Slight consequence of this quarry system though. Even if I place a block here, it's still going to mine out the layer it was already at. It's not going to go back up and mine anything that it quote unquote missed. It's just going to keep going at whatever layer it is at. And as you can see, still it's better at exposing ores and getting large amounts of stone than anything else. Which, yeah, it is what it is. Now I want you to humor me for a bit and pretend that I got up on top of the nether via the ender portal trick, or the ender pearl trick, sorry. And say you got on top of the nether and you want to make farms up here or whatever, but you don't want to have to, die or go back into the overworld just to get out. If you place a quarry above the nether, you can actually use it to get through the upper layer of bedrock, not the lower layer, just the upper layer. Which I know you might think, oh, that's cheating or whatever. And yes, it is. I just don't know how better to account for it, to account what for dimension it's in, and to make sure it ignores the upper layers of bedrock. There might be a way to do it, and there probably is. And the longer I think about it, the more I think that this potential solution would work. But to be honest with you, I do kind of like the fact that it allows you to do this, because in all honesty, we all want to be able to get on top of the nether anyway. So this just gives us a much more reasonable way of doing that. Now, the staircase didn't generate in an ideal spot, but as you can see, it just got right through. And will this ever be exposed to anything other than this? It may just go straight down to the bottom. We'll find out in a moment. But okay, see, there's lava. All right, there's something. It will eventually run into something down near the bottom of the world. In some cases, it's not going to be very beneficial for exposing caves or anything like that. However, it works. Now, additionally, we can go to the end, where you have another case. We'll just ignore the fact that the dragon's still here. And actually, here, there's a solution to this. Kill at E type equals. That's not right. Minecraft Ender Dragon. There we go. That works. Now, the end crystals. If you break them and you go to the top, you ever needed a lot of obsidian? Well, guess what? You can now very easily get that. And also get rid of a block of bedrock that's kind of irritating. This will passively run. No matter what it needs to break, it will break at the same speed. So obsidian, 5 seconds with an advanced quarry. And you can get massive columns of obsidian just kind of mined out for free. All the way down through the bottom of the world. Now, this is extremely cheeky, but it will work all the way down to, what is this, y equals 0? Yeah. It'll go all the way, it won't go through them entirely, but it will go through most of it, which is actually kind of good. You can make some sort of end base in the pillars if you wanted to. That would be kind of impressive. And you could just tell everyone that you mined it out yourself, which shows a time investment that you don't actually need to show. And yeah, this is probably one of the most useful cases for a quarry, is just to get massive amounts of obsidian from the end very easily, very quickly. 5 seconds per layer, 25 obsidian per layer. That's 5 obsidian per second, basically. Of course, not every second, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that is essentially, and I'm in the middle of nowhere. Of course I am. Well, you saw what was happening. That is essentially all there was to it, and I will probably, oh wait, it's right there. Brilliant. Oh, this is a different thing. Okay. Well, that's essentially all there is to it. And in the next video, I will probably continue on to the laser drill, which is kind of goes hand in hand with the quarry. But yeah, that's all there is. Please like it if you did like it. I know that this has been a bit choppy and disorganized. It's been a while. But I do need to know if people want to see this, and that is the very reason why I'm asking for a rating. I'm not, trying to be a sellout. But thank you. Thank you for watching. This has been interesting.